The conflict between the leaders and the agenda was to escalate on day 2 of the London Expo, but we'll show you that on next week's Front Line. However, Front Line's Francesca Wood caught up with the leaders of the new school, Marty Skirl and Zach Sabre Jr., and got their comments on the agenda and their upcoming tag team match at the Art of War.
I'm here with the leaders of the new school. Now, boys, you've both had quite an eventful weekend, to say the least. How has this made you feel?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not feeling the best at the moment. I know Zach's not feeling too great after being attacked yesterday backstage by some people who we don't even know. But you see, I have my suspicions, right? The agenda, they go round, they're a gang. I know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to use British wrestling as a pedestal to break it into America. But I'd like to ask them this question. Have they ever stopped and thought, Joel Redman, Yes Reese, have they ever thought in their thick skulls that maybe, just maybe, America already has enough big useless lumps as it is? You see, this is where the real talent lies, here in British wrestling, the leaders in the new school. And you see, you might gang up on us, 4-on-2, 5-on-2, it doesn't matter. Because do you guys even like each other? Do you trust each other? You see, I've got Zach's back, he's got my back, and that's all we need. So agenda, we're waiting here right for you.
Well, hopefully you'll both be recovered by the Art of War, where you have a big match with Project Ego. What are your thoughts going into this match?
Well, first round of the FWA Tag Team Title Tournament. When we came here last August, it was the first thing that we had on our minds. So Project Ego, it's a first time match, but don't think we're not aware of what you've been up to here. Okay, Styx and Malin, you beat them, well done. Okay, so I think the similarities between Leaders of the New School and Project Ego are quite obvious. Young, talented guys, but there is just some slight differences. Okay, we've seen your shtick, and it's very cute. No,
Pink hot pants.
Pink hot pants, bending the rules, and you've won, so good for you. But Leaders of the New School, 14 months unbeaten. We beat guys our same size, guys bigger than us through, let me just think, talent. So we're not going to take you lightly because, you know, we respect you. But you try and bend the rules with us, we're going to break your arms. We're going to kick you in the face. Try it, and you'll see what we're capable of.
Project Ego, we'll see you in Nottingham. See you later.
Don't forget the huge tag team title tournament match between the leaders of the new school and Project Ego will take place at the Art of War at Sport Nottingham on Sunday, June the 20th. For further information, go to www.fwauk.com. On the subject of the Art of War, I can now exclusively reveal the final match on this hugely anticipated event. Last week on Frontline, we revealed that the 3 remaining competitors in the round-robin tournament had been offered the opportunity by FWA management to enter a 4 corners match with Johnny Storm, with the possibility of winning an extra 10 points if they were victorious. Should Storm win, however, he would be allowed to enter the tournament, taking Bubblegum's vacated spot. As of last week, we hadn't heard back from RJ Singh, Rockstar Spud or El Ligero, but as we stand 7 days later, we have responses from them all. Rockstar Spud sent an email with just 2 words on it, which I can't read out on Frontline. RJ Singh tried to negotiate for 20 points instead of 10 points, but the FWA management flatly refused, so that meant that RJ Singh also declined. El Ligero, however, had something else to say. El Ligero, through his interpreter, sent an email to FWA management expressing his respect and admiration for Johnny Storm as one of the top British flyweights of recent history, and happily accepted the invitation. Therefore, I can exclusively reveal that at the Art of War, the UK luchador El Ligero will face the Wonder Kid, Johnny Storm, in a flyweight title tournament decider. The tension between the 3 remaining flyweights in the tournament reached boiling point over this weekend at the London Expo. RJ Singh would cause El Ligero to lose his contest against Styx on day 1. This led to the appearance of the Rockstar Spud, who would challenge Singh to a match later in day 1 as a preview to what would happen at the Art of War. Singh would accept, but as Ligero reappeared, the huge support for him with the crowd at the London Expo turned it into a 3-way challenge. Singh would go on to win what was a thrilling contest, but that only added to the tension between him and the rockstar Spud, which would boil over to day 2, and we'll show you more of that next week. Remember, you can catch Frontline every Thursday on the FWA YouTube channel, alongside plenty of other FWA related videos. One that you should pay close attention to is the new Agenda entrance video.
Resistance is futile.
This debuted at the London Expo over the course of the weekend and caused a bit of controversy with its subliminal messages and use of occult symbolism. The video is an obvious attack on the Agenda's opponents, as it shows quite graphic footage of the beatdowns of their previous adversaries. Also, the Agenda leader, Martin Stone, insists that the video is played in full every time he performs. Ahead of the Art of War, it's clear that the mind games have begun, and the Resistance have reciprocated by making sure that Doug Williams was at the London Expo to give these comments to Frontline's Francesca Wood.
I'm here with Doug Williams. Now Doug, you've agreed to be the 4th man in a Resistance team at FWA Art of War. What influenced you in making this decision?
Well, it was quite a simple decision really, and it's the attitude of Martin Stone. Martin, ever since you won that FWA Heavyweight Championship, you've declared that you've used British wrestling as a stepping stone purely for getting a contract in the States. Now listen to me, Martin, no one knows better than I do what it's like to wrestle in the States, to use British wrestling as a stepping stone. But do not forget that what takes you up can always bring you down. British wrestling and the fans are the ones who made you, and you turning your back on them is an insult to each and every one of them. And when you go abroad, whether it be America, Germany, Japan, whenever you travel the world, Martin, you are an ambassador for British wrestling. You have been and you always will be, and that is what you are. So when you go to America in your WWE contract and you win the belts there, do not forget that you should represent British wrestling like Doug Williams does. And if you don't understand that, Martin, come June 20th at Art of War, I'm going to knock some respect back into you, and I'm going to show you what a true ambassador of British wrestling is really about.
I think it's fair to say that the ramifications of this battle are as poignant as any in British wrestling history, and you can be there live. Tickets are available now from www.fwauk.com. The Art of War, Sunday, June the 20th at Sport Nottingham. That's all we've got time for in this edition of Frontline, but on next week's episode, we'll show you more of what happened on day 2 of the London Expo. We'll reveal the stipulation that I hinted at on last week's show for the big 8-man tag at the Art of War, and we'll hear from the leader of the Resistance, Leroy Kincaid, as we head towards the Art of War. I've been Len Davis, and you've been on the Frontline.